Most men drift through life blind. They follow surface rules, accept shallow truths, and copy whatever the crowd is doing. They never stop to ask, why does this work? What patterns drive this? Where did these ideas come from? But the deeper your understanding, the better you can see the root problems, the better you can see the truth, and the better you can design solutions that actually work. This is true in every single field, every single industry. I once saw a guy playing slots. He wasn't just clicking randomly. He studied the companies who built the games, then picked slots based on which companies had certain payout patterns. That's not luck. That's deeper understanding being turned into profit. That's the whole game. See deeper, win bigger. Why depth beats surface knowledge. Anyone can memorize surface facts. That doesn't create leverage. Depth means you understand something from first principles. How it works at the root, how the pieces connect, what drives the patterns, and where the leverage points are. If you really understand something from the ground up, you can't not see opportunities to improve it. Ideas start flowing on their own. Your brain begins generating new angles automatically because you see how everything connects. This is why the most powerful innovators in history didn't just copy trends. They built from a deeper grasp of the system itself. How to study with intention. Most people study wrong. They chase surface knowledge. They cram facts. They read summaries. That's not learning. That's collecting trivia. If you want real understanding, you have to study with intention. First, study how to study. Figure out how you personally arrive at truth most efficiently. Number 1, start with the pioneers. Don't read a generic history of X. Find the person who actually invented, created, or commercialized the latest big leap. Number 2, study the man, not the concept. Read their biography, watch their interviews. Break down how they thought, what skills they built, and what patterns they noticed. Number 3, follow the chain backwards. Who influenced them? Who did they learn from? What did they reject? Number 4, repeat. Every time you track the chain one step further, the picture becomes clearer. This process compresses decades of noise into a clean lineage of actual breakthroughs. You'll start to see exactly what separated innovators from the herd, spotting the patterns. When you study an industry this way, certain questions become automatic. What did all the top innovators have in common? What skills separated them from the average? What predictions did they make, and how accurate were they? Where did their unique perspective come from? Sometimes the patterns lie in what they all saw. Sometimes the breakthrough comes from one person noticing something nobody else could see, often because of an outside skill or experience they brought into the field. The more industries you study this way, the more you start to recognize first principles of industry itself. You stop thinking, how does farming work? Or, how does AI work? And start asking, how do industries evolve, period? Why first principles of markets matter. Understanding your industry is powerful, but if you stop there, you'll miss the real leverage, because industries don't exist in isolation. They're downstream from markets, and markets are downstream from human nature. You need a first principles grasp of incentives, what moves people, systems, how business structures create leverage, and capital flows, how money actually moves. When your brain understands these roots, it automatically weighs every new idea against reality. Bad ideas die in your head before you waste years on them. Good ideas sharpen instantly because they're aligned with how the world actually works. That's what intelligence really is. Not random creativity, but ideas filtered through a deeper map of reality. Why someone's worst idea can be better than your best. Here's the edge. If someone has studied across industries, mapped the flows of markets, understood incentives, and dug down to first principles, then even their worst ideas are better than your best. Not because they're smarter, not because they're more creative, but because their ideas are automatically factoring in truths your brain doesn't even know exist. This is why wealthy people always say there's infinite opportunity, and why most people only see dead ends. The difference isn't money, it's understanding. Infinite backup plans. When you think this way, you stop running on Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. You stop labeling backup plans with the alphabet, because once you've trained yourself to see patterns, There are infinite ways forward, infinite paths to profit, infinite plays. The market becomes a playground instead of a maze. Studying the GOATs equals borrowed confidence. One of the most underrated benefits of studying pioneers is the confidence it gives you. When you actually break down the lives of innovators, you realize they weren't gods. They weren't impossibly special. They just had a sharper lens, a unique mix of skills, or the leverage to act when others hesitated. You start seeing that the gap between you and them is smaller than you thought. And you realize something powerful. Even if you lack a skill, you don't have to master it. You can hire it. You can partner with it. You can combine your vision with someone else's expertise. This makes innovation less mystical and more practical. Words as mental compression tools. Here's another layer. Study words, not just casually. Study their definitions, their history, and how they've changed. Why? Because each word is a compression tool. It packs an entire concept into one mental container you can move around, like Legos. The more words you understand deeply, the more patterns you can recognize, because you can actually name them. It makes your thinking sharper, and sharper thinking produces sharper ideas. Root purpose shapes it all. Now the deepest layer. Your root purpose channels through your intention and decides how far you'll go in your understanding. Think about the phrase, serves a purpose. You'll only search for truth as long as it serves your root purpose. Most people never question theirs. They borrow it from a system, an ideology, or some authority figure. Once it's installed, they stop digging. Everything new gets filtered through someone else's prepackaged answers. That kills curiosity. It sets subconscious boundaries you never even think to test. It robs you of sovereignty at the deepest level. If your root purpose is truth, you'll never stop searching. You'll keep questioning, keep connecting, and keep evolving. Truth is the eternal reward function. Seeking truth never ends, and that's the point. The search itself is the engine. It fuels curiosity, energy, and consciousness. It's what makes you think, move, and perceive. We never reach final truth, but the search generates endless energy, endless innovation, and endless intelligence. That's why curiosity is the ultimate renewable fuel. Curiosity equals energy, equals intelligence. Curiosity keeps you moving. Understanding multiplies as you move. That understanding compounds into intelligence. The more industries you study, the more markets you decode, the more truths you stack, the more automatic your pattern recognition becomes. This is how you sharpen your edge until even your weakest ideas are stronger than the world's strongest competition. Because you're not just guessing, you're not just copying, you're not just memorizing, you're operating from root truth, filtered through your own sovereign purpose. The choice you must make, at the deepest level, there's only one real decision. Will your root purpose be borrowed, or will it be chosen? If you let others define it for you, your ceiling is set. You'll never see past the dogma that defines your world. If you choose truth, you've tapped into an infinite source of energy. Every new insight feeds the next. Every curiosity fuels more movement. Every pattern compounds your intelligence. And in markets, in business, in life, that compounding is the only edge that matters. Conclusion: this is the path. Choose truth as your root purpose. Study pioneers with intention. Trace industries through decades of innovation. Spot the patterns that drive markets. Compress concepts through words. And let curiosity fuel your energy and your intelligence. Do this, and you will never run out of leverage. You will never run out of opportunity. And you will never be at the mercy of people who stopped searching long ago. Because you will be walking the only path that compounds forever. The pursuit of truth. If this video helped you, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and click link in description for more.